There comes a point in every man's life when he finally realizes that, no matter what he does, no matter how hard he tries, unless he performs a base level of value or provides a base level of value to those around him, he will instantly be kicked to the curb and nobody will give I can't swear for the first, whatever, 2 minutes, but nobody cares. If you start whining and complaining, you're the first person off the Titanic, buddy. You can have a male friend that's been your best friend for 20 years, and the second you show weakness or start whining, all of a sudden he's too busy to hang out with you, right? In today's video, we're going to talk about, this goes for men and women, I'll explain a bit more later. In today's video, we're going to talk about, you know how they say there's hypergamy for women, where she'll date across and up, she'll bounce to the highest value man, she will, hypergamy, you know what I'm talking about. And for the man side of things, I guess there's not really a term for it, but you would just call it like value pergamy or something. Like humans in general will only befriend people that can provide value to them or have some kind of status, or they will latch onto the person with the highest status. Do you know what I'm saying? And as you drop or raise in status, you will get more friends, and then you lower in status, you will lose friends, and people will jump on you and attack you and shit. Look at, who's the last guy there? Look at that Sykkuno situation or whatever. All his friends are attacking him now because he's not popular. Or he had some kind of scandal. Where are his friends now? But when he was popular, everyone was his friend. That's kind of the example that I want to give, right? Let me explain with the mechanism, what you can do about it. And this video isn't meant as like a doom and gloom type of video. This video is more just to help guys understand their position in the world and how you can take advantage of it for yourself. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. You also, because we all do it too, like it's not just like we receive this type of thing, we also do it to others as well. And the question is, should you do it to others? That's the thing. Okay, so if you guys like this type of content, scroll down, hit the subscribe button, help the channel grow. We're diving in deep into these topics, man. And these topics are designed to help guys. I'll start this video off with a story, man. This is kind of what made me think of it. So, it's kind of sad. It's sad, man. Oh, fuck. So, this last, spring season, I started a new dodgeball team. I play dodgeball, right? It's just for, it's a rec sport, but I play a rec sport competitively just because I like to compete, and I think that sport keeps me young. Lots of movement, lots of hand-eye coordination, lots of cardio, very good for the lungs, very good for my eyes. It's a good sport to play. But anyway, I started a new team, and I teamed up with my good friend and her boyfriend. And she might actually watch this video, but she'll understand. I'm trying to help other guys, right? But, and her boyfriend is like 25 or 26. So I guess he would be Gen Z, I think. He's the generation below mine, right? I'm 40, he's 25. And this is kind of the first time that I had to kind of deal with a Gen Z male in person, and we were stuck together for 10 weeks. Finally, that's over. He's not my problem anymore. But man, 10 weeks of me playing with this this man, this 25-year-old man, right? 10 weeks of me playing with this guy. I couldn't help him, brother. I couldn't do it. And at the end of, so here's how this relates to the whole value pergamy thing, right? So I viewed that guy as like a little brother, like a little bro, right? And okay, so let's say we're playing a game of dodgeball or whatever, and he gets hit out. What he would do is he would blame other things for the reason why he got out. Like, my team is not covering me, the reffing sucks, the sun was in my eye, so I missed the ball. And then when you encounter somebody like that, and you first, like, you're like, okay, maybe the sun was in his eyes, I don't know. And then like 2 or 3 weeks goes by later, and he's still making excuses and complaining. He's like, my shoelace was untied, my sock was flipped upside down. Like the craziest shit, dude, right? Like the craziest. And I'm like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, why the hell isn't he trying to improve and taking accountability? Like, what is wrong with him, right? Why is he, every time he fails, he blames everything else for his problems, right? We'll get to the value pergamy part of it, just don't worry. And the reason why I made this video is because if all of Gen Z men are like that, guys, this video is for you, okay? Like, you gotta understand this shit. And it's like, this poor kid's heart is broken, and there's no way to articulate to him, right? So, anyway, week 6, week 7 goes by, right? And it's almost like the complaining and the whining is getting worse the closer we get to playoffs, right? And by like week 8, the guy has started like preceding his own failure, where he's like, I hurt my thumb, I jammed my wrist. This one time I went to go play with him, and he fell on his hand, and he's like, oh my God, bro, I can't move it. Should I go to the hospital? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid, man? Should I go to the emergency room because I fell on my hand? What do you know? His hand was fine the next day. He's like, this was like 2 weeks out from playoffs, right? And then I'm like, I can't help this kid at all, man. I can't help this kid. He's a lost cause, right? So, I was the captain of the team. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this kid is utterly fucking useless, and there's no time to try to unwind his entire mental problems, right? So I bring in my buddy, my other buddy. I'm like, bro, come play. He already signed the waiver for the team and played for a few weeks while I was taking care of my cat for her surgery. So he already qualified for playoffs, right? And I was like, brother, you gotta come play for this kid. He's fucking worthless, right? My buddy's like, and then here's the thing. Here's where the video kind of weaves in, okay? My buddy's like, won't that upset the little kid? When I say little kid, remember 25-year-old man, okay? I'm like, I don't care. He's not my friend. He's fucking useless. He's benched for the I don't care. So here's the thing. And then my buddy was like, yeah, let's go. Let's crush that shit, right? So it's like, that kid, and I had the conversation with my friend, the girlfriend later, And we'll do a video on that one too about how to actually give your female friends advice without trying to be a sneaky fucker. Well, if you guys know what that means, right? Because you do want to help your friends, right? You actually do want to help them, but you also don't want to be a meddler in other people's relationships. But you also want to see you want your friends to be happy, right? So anyway, and here's the thing: the kid already kind of knew what I was doing, and then he would vent to his girl about, oh, are they bringing in this other guy because I'm not good enough, and blah 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 blah. Like, I guess I'm benched, and I've never been benched before. I'm always the star player. Ego problems, right? So he already knew what happened in this scenario, right? By the way, I benched him the whole playoff, right? I gave him a couple of chances, and he was utterly worthless. And then he started to blame other things. So he played like 1 game or 2 games, and he started to blame other things why he was sucking. And I told him to just shut the fuck up and get off. I'm like, just bro, shut the fuck up and get off. Because I didn't have time. When I'm trying to play my game too, right? I don't have time to deal with other people's bullshit. So I tell this to this guy in real life. He completely shuts down and goes to the corner and sulks like a little baby. So like he's a man-child, right? Like I don't know how to help people like that, right? I spent 10 weeks with that guy, and he's almost worse off now than he was at the start. So anyway, what happened in this scenario? The kid, had a chance to. I feel bad for my friend, like the chick friend, because she likes this guy, and she's trying to like bring him around her friends, and he keeps fucking embarrassing her, and he's a train wreck, right? Which, by the way, guys, the bar is really low for girlfriends, okay? Like, the bar is like, guys, for God's sakes. This relationship proves that hypergamy doesn't exist, okay? Like, sometimes girls just really like guys with no logical reason, okay? That's fine. But what happened in this scenario? The kid had an opportunity to play with, by virtue of his girlfriend, because she's very good, he had an opportunity to play with us, and he had an opportunity to enter into a new friends group of really successful men. My other buddy that plays, he's like a PhD scientist. He like made Pfizer and shit. Like he made the vaccine, which is so funny because I'm all not about that, right? But anyway, so it's like he's had the opportunity to be around 2 extremely high value men. When I say high value, I mean competent, wealthy, fit, very intelligent, very switched. He had that opportunity. His girlfriend gave him that opportunity. To both of us, to me and my buddy, what do? This man can provide us no value at all. He sucks at sports. He's whiny. He has a victim complex. He can't take accountability. And it's a subconscious sabotage of the team, right? So like, when a person complains and whines a lot, it gets in other people's heads, and then they can't play as well because they're worried about somebody else's feelings. So not only is he all those things, he's also an emotional black hole for the entire room, right? Basically, if you look at it on a piece of paper, it's like, should I be friends with this guy? And there's not a single reason why, yes, I want to be friends with this guy. Not one. So I told my friend, the gal pal, I'm like, I don't want to see that guy anymore. Now that the season is over, I'm like, he's worthless, man. Like, I don't want him any, out of respect for you, I'd like, you're a good person, but he's fucking worthless. Like, I don't want him anywhere near me, right? Now, what you would think is, oh, it's because you just only knew him for 2 or 3 weeks. No, sir. No, sir. So let's take this back to sports again, right? I've been teammates with a lot of people for almost a decade now in sports, and the reason why I'm on the treadmill right now is because I'm trying to practice health and longevity, right? Some of my other buddies that I've been buddies with for more than 10 years, that I used to play with, we used to win championships with, they're old and fat now. And they're like, they've gotten dumber and like unmotivated and like beta and like weak. Like they're like they've become like pieces of shit slobs. You know what I'm saying? Like they've become what I don't want to be, right? But anyway, I was having an argument with one of them literally yesterday. And he's like, bro, why don't you invite me to your teams anymore? I'm like, you're fat and slow, dude. I'm like, you're useless. I literally told him all this. I'm like, you need to lose 50. Like, what do you want me to do, man? It's like, and then he's like, man, you're a bad friend. I'm like, you're the bad friend. What the hell? I'm like, so basically, you got fat and useless over the last 10 years, and you're putting that on me as if it's my problem. Like, you're the bad friend. So here's the thing. Who's the asshole in that scenario? This is the philosophical question for you guys in the video that are watching this right now. Who's the asshole? I'm like, now, to be fair, I still hang out with the guy for like barbecues and video games and stuff. He's still my bro. Like, I enjoy his company. But when it comes to actually like playing at a high level in like, let's say Overwatch, like an esports game, or at a high level in dodgeball, high level in anything, I'm like, you're not good enough, bro. You're my friend, but you're worthless. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that has kept me from cutting that guy off completely is he's just funny and he's enjoyable to be around. So that's good enough. That's enough value to be in my friends group, right? So who's the asshole? This comes back to the whole value pergamy thing. So I've been friends with this guy for over 10 years, and the less value he can provide me over time, the less I want to be friends with him. Because it's transactional. Every friendship is transactional. And it's like, remember in the last video how I was talking about the buffer cup in relationships? It's the exact same thing when it comes to male relationships, except it's easier to maintain the buffer cup because men are more straightforward. Do you know what I'm saying? So if my buddy is like, I want to play on your team, I'm like, you need to lose 50 pounds. So he has a direct goal to achieve my friendship. And the fatter he gets and the more useless he becomes, the less of my friendship he gets. And it's like, here's the thing. The reason why I consider him the asshole is because basically in essence, what he's saying there is he's saying, Jufus, I want you to respect me and love me unconditionally at your expense. Think about it. So we've been friends for 10 years. We have 10 years of memories together. Shouldn't that mean something? Well, it does. Your buffer cup was full. It does. But at what point does the higher status individual have to leave behind the lower status ones because of their own laziness? So at what point does the higher status person hold themselves back because they feel guilty about their shitty friends? It's not gonna happen. And so back to the original point of the video. Every guy understands this. And what do you think they always do? They always, this is like the whole whining thing and the resentment thing. When I say, you're too fat to play with me, so I view him as an asshole and he views me as an asshole, right? Depending on the perspective. And he views me as an asshole because I'm basically telling him the 10 years that we've spent together has no equity, brother. You need to perform or you get thrown off the Titanic, right? I view him as an asshole because he's basically saying, you should love me no matter what, even if all I do is take value from you and provide none. I'm like, that's complete, like, how are you a man? What the hell? The world doesn't operate like that. And then here's where it kind of boils down to like the black pill and all that shit. Because men like that feel like, or they think, that they are deserving of love and respect just for existing. Or, like, which just doesn't exist. And here's the thing. You have two choices when you come to that realization. You can get resentful. What do you think every guy has done when I said, you're not good enough to hang around me anymore? What do you think every guy has done? They've gotten resentful, hateful, rumor spreading. They almost make it their personal mission to take you back down to their level. They waste more energy hating you than they do improving themselves. It's the craziest shit, man. Remember the buddy that I was talking about? The guy that I brought in to take care of to play for the kid? That guy used to be like one of the best players in BC. Now he's fat and married, but and he's injured, but he's still, him in an injured fat state, he's still better than like 95% of players, so he's still worth playing, right? So like, I remember when I started playing like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I asked him to play on a team. This is when I didn't know him, right? I'm like, bro, I want to be on a team with you. You're awesome. And at the time, he's like, you're just not good enough yet, man. And I wasn't. I was like, I've been playing for like 2 seasons, right? So in the moment, I was like, that lit the biggest fire under my ass, man. I'm like, I got rejected by somebody that was better than me. I'm not gonna hate him. I'm going to try to beat him at any cost. So like, basically the way my mind works, I'm like, I'm gonna make him regret not believing in me. Right? And trust me, I did. I went to the gym. I made an entire training protocol just for dodgeball. I went to squash courts to practice my throw alone. I did whatever it took to make sure that dude, which is now one of my best friends, funny enough, I did everything I possibly could to make sure he regretted not believing in me. Because I believe in myself. And here's the crazy thing. Not one man has ever done that to me. Which I don't understand. So I got rejected when I first started. Now, to be fair, I was never a whiny little bitch. So the kid's rejection was for other reasons than his skill. Like, his mental is fucked. That's like Gen Z shit, right? But I got rejected too, man. And I'm like, I'm gonna work 100 times harder than everybody else to make sure that I can play at their level. And then so when I reject my fat buddy, I'm like, bro, you're 50 pounds overweight. You're dog shit. You're useless. He doesn't get motivated at all. He spends more time blaming and making excuses than just manning up. Anyway, the moral of the story of this video in general, remember I talked about that one guy, my one buddy that I've been friends with for 10 plus years? And he was going through a rough patch where he got laid off of his job. A couple of his roommates moved out and he was the lease signer, all that kind of shit. And basically he had lost all of his value. He wasn't fun to hang out with anymore. And every time we wanted to hang out with him, he needed somebody to drive him back because he didn't have a car, back and forth. And he couldn't afford his own food, etc., etc., etc. So when you take the logic board, so I've been friends with this guy for more than 10 years. And the pros and cons of being friends with him is now, there's no pros. So if I hang out with this guy, there's like 30 cons and no pros. Therefore, he's not my friend anymore. And I'm not gonna, and if he texts me tomorrow, he's like, bro, I'm down bad. Things aren't going well. I'm like, sounds like a you problem, brother. Pick yourself up. Nobody gives a shit. I texted my gal pal yesterday about her boyfriend who's fucking worthless, right? I was like, you can screenshot this and send it to him. I'm like, you as a man, this is what I said to her to tell him to screenshot. I'm like, you as a man, this is the message for anyone that watches this video. You as a man are only loved and as valuable as the value you can provide others. You are not entitled to anything. You're not entitled to food. You're not entitled to affection. You are not entitled to a man's affection. Value pergamy exists in all humans. I didn't say the value pergamy part. So I'm like, you are a useless player, therefore I don't want you anywhere near me because of your mindset. Now, if you took accountability and you're like, yeah, I screwed that up, I could do this better, show me how to improve here, that would have been different. Then he would have shown promise. He would have been worth investing into. But because he has a victim mindset and he has a blaming mindset, zero value. Zero. Anyway, the whole point of this video, guys, here's the thing. Don't let that upset you. In this video, you've seen two examples of people that get rejected. It's basically rejection is what we're talking about. If you talk to a girl and you get rejected, you can't be mad at her. You didn't provide enough value for her to give you any airspace. That's not her fault. What is that? So, okay, put it this way. If somebody were to come up, okay, take my Instagram for example. I get like 10 DMs a day, not from this channel, from my other one, the tech one. I get 10 DMs a day of people asking me, hey, how do I fix this problem? How do I fix this problem? How do I fix this problem? I don't reply to them. Who the hell, like, they're just ghosted, right? It's not, that doesn't make me an asshole. Those people don't mean anything to me. They're not my friends. There's no buffer cup. That I have no investment in them. So why would I care about them? So when you approach a girl and you ask her out on a date, basically what you just did is you're like, I have to make a judgment call based on your value. So when somebody messages me and they're like, hey, can you help me with this? What do you think I do? I creep their social media and see if they're famous or not to see if I can get anything out of them. Otherwise, why am I gonna reply? If a famous person messages me, cold email, cold message, I'm like, oh, he's a famous person. I will entertain this because there's something I can get out of it. Dating is not any different. The girl is not gonna entertain you unless you can provide value first, or if she can see that you might be able to provide value to her later. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys, value pergamy. Your guy friends that you have known your entire life will abandon you if you show weakness, if you start taking value. Your woman will leave you. You will not get dates. Your children will abandon you if you take more value than you provide. You can never become a burden to anybody around you ever. Every time you're a burden, you're taking away from that buffer cup. And when that buffer cup is empty, there's no going back. You are now the burden, and you get pushed aside in society and forgotten about. So you need to provide value. Always, your affection is value. So you can either provide value, get better, not bitter, always get better, not bitter, or accept that you're a useless piece of trash and just accept being alone. That's fine too, honestly, it's not even that bad. Once you've actually really internalized, hey, I'm just gonna be alone no matter what, because I don't wanna put in all this effort. That's good. At least you're aware of it now, at least you're aware of why, and you're not in denial anymore. Anyway, guys, if you like story time like this and content like this, scroll down, hit that subscribe button. Remember, nobody cares about you until you provide value. All right, guys. Subscribe before you click off right now. Subscribe. Go subscribe right now. Later, boys.